Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here today. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look at Atom, Cosmos, and just before we do, we usually look at Bitcoin, but I can summarize quite quickly. It's kind of rejecting off the 200-day simple moving average. It is progressing upwards, basically up 3% on the day. So with that little bit of, correction, so to speak, from yesterday and the price slowly increasing, we're seeing things like this continue to take off, right? Because again, a little bit of certainty from Bitcoin and coins can just explode. Now, obviously, this is a little bit different based on the simple fact that Bitcoin did sell off yesterday. A lot of altcoins were damaged by that, and Atom wasn't. So those are some really good things to kind of pay attention to. That's how you can kind of identify some really good coins are those who respond well or poorly to Bitcoin sell-offs, right? They bounce right back. There's something going on and it's obvious it's going to continue. So we have a swing trade open here with Adam presently, and it's really awesome because we just took our second profit target at about 60% profit. And I think we're going to be upwards of about 80 or 90% here when we hit $42, which I think is very likely in the near future. Now, I'll explain what I mean by that. And just before we do, I want to let you know to preface, I'm not a financial advisor. I just love teaching people how to trade. This is my passion. This is my thing. And I can tell you that this is my full-time job. And I love spending time with my community, getting to know them better, and obviously making sure that they become better traders. So we got over 400 members presently, and it's a really awesome experience. Be sure to check that out in your own time, of course, because I'm rolling out with a trading academy actually near month end, and that will effectively be able to help you understand step by step how to be a better trader. Okay, it's just taking me a little while to get that together. We're rolling out the website. A lot of good stuff's going to come to play here soon, but I would make sure you get in there soon so that way you can lock in your rate because rates will inevitably be increasing based on demand and, of course, the quality of content. So take a look here at Atom. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with the 1 day chart. We're up over both moving averages. No surprise there. That is essentially what happens when you got a really strong bounce back off of $26.46. And I've been covering this one recently too. I don't know if you saw my recent videos, but I've been projecting this to continue to increase based on the way that it held that support level. That's a really strong support. It came down, bounced off very strong, and that essentially just confirmed the fact that that's the lowest the price will go, right? So a lot of little things you can kind of disseminate from the 1 day chart, but it's good to look at key level resistance and support levels. First of all, another thing to note too, we're closing in on 70 on the RSI, which I particularly like. I love it when the price will break through 70. So that can work as a potential resistance. We might see that hit at around $38. So that could be a potential resistance for Atom. But once it breaks that plane, we just say break up over 70 on the RSI. You can see crazy cool things happen once you get over 70 on the RSI on the 1 day chart, because then it becomes a support level and the price just continues to go. It's a really cool thing. We saw that happen with KuCoin for like 2 weeks straight. Really awesome. So anyways, good stuff here for the macro on Atom. I love it. One thing I do see here is potentially concerning, but not super big issue because it's done very well in the past regarding that, and we do have a little bit of a correction here, which is good. But I do see that we are absolutely on the extended side here. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. Let me show you what I mean. In other words, you can see we're at a 6 right now, and we got a state of consolidation right there. So actually, that's very healthy. Here we go. Okay, good. Because I was initially concerned because you see this straight line almost, right? Normally when that happens, you can expect some kind of retracement. But the fact that it consolidated right here in this area for a good solid four candlesticks, basically 16 hours of consolidation, allowed it to reset on TD sequential and continue to count up. So now we're at a 6 here. So hypothetically, we have about 12 more hours of bullish continuation potential here from Atom, right? So we could see things calm down soon, but based on this momentum so far, we're looking really good. So I like what I see there. That's definitely some good signs. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 1 hour chart, and let's go ahead and see kind of where we're at. We're above both the moving averages on the EMA, which is excellent. And then, of course, when it comes to TD sequential, we're at a 7 here. So we do have potential turnaround in the near future. We could see a slight correction here in the next couple of hours because we're at a 7 out of 9. And once you hit a 9 on TD sequential, you can expect a retracement or a slight pullback. And let me give you an example here. You see this here where the price continued up from, it goes from a 1 to a 9, slight correction. 1 to a 9, another correction, right? So it creates a habit of, 9 hours of continuation in either direction. So oftentimes when you see a 9 on TD sequential, you can expect some kind of turnaround or at least consolidation. It may even be starting that right now. So we could see some sideways action. The price could effectively even come down and bounce off of this support level at $35. So $35 should work as a support here now that we broke through that, because that is a key level Fibonacci retracement level. So let's go ahead and see here. Why don't we do this here as well? Let's go ahead and move this over here a little bit. and just make sure we have that over a little bit. Okay, cool. So we're looking really good there. The last thing we want to take a look at is Ichimoku Cloud. We are free and clear of any price action. That's the main indicator for me. Oftentimes the lagging span needs to make sure that it cannot intersect. So even if the price were to consolidate like this and continue upwards, we'd see the lagging span do the same thing. It would be free and clear of price action, therefore allowing us to keep our position open. So I don't speculate we're going to see any kind of significant correction from Atom. But you do got to understand as well, here's a candlestick pattern that's forming. Usually when you see 3 days of bullish momentum, in other words, today, yesterday, and the day before, there's oftentimes a pullback that occurs the 4th day, right? So it's not like all the time, it's maybe 70% of the time, but it's more often than not, right? You basically round up in this scenario to expect a slight pullback tomorrow. So we could just see a red candle consolidate right here closer to 35 and then leg up again the day after. Okay? In other words, that could happen. Will it happen? Is it guaranteed? No, of course not. But that's just a candlestick pattern you see happen frequently. So it's referred to as 3 white soldiers. Look it up if you'd like. It's just an indication of a potential pullback is all, right? So again, we're not in dire straits here by any means. I would just expect the price to maybe consolidate closer to 35 if it doesn't continue higher today. But keep in mind, we have only 12 hours more of continuation on the 4-hour chart, or just say 2 hours left on the 1-hour chart. So we're going to expect a correction soon. This is a significant candle that we've seen recently, right? So today's candlestick is up almost 15% in one day. That's healthy and that's okay because it's not a bad pattern. It's just, we've seen that type of percent every single day for 3 days straight. So a correction is almost necessary as the next step. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see Atom correct itself by a decent margin and likely consolidate somewhere between 32 and 35 and then effectively leg up from there. I think likelihood of the price just shooting straight up continuously over the next couple of days is pretty low, but it can leg up again if it has a nice consolidation phase. And what I mean by that is if you just take a look at this here, look at that nice little correction that really helped bounce off support. So we could see a nice correction, bounce off support, and the price come back up again. That, I think, would be more likely. In fact, we want that to happen because if the price goes up too high too fast right now, then that correction will happen a lot larger than we want to, and it'll take longer to recover, okay? And I like to give this analogy too. This is one of my favorite analogies. If you were to just say to fall down a flight of stairs, it's probably going to hurt like hell, right? You're gonna be in crutches. You're gonna have a significant amount of recovery to get back up. And that's what you got to think of with coins that jump up too fast, too quickly. They have to come back down, and when they come back down, it's going to take longer to recover because they fell from such a great height, right? Well, Atom is still at a comfortable place, so if we have a slight pullback, that would be actually very healthy. So you could recover. It's like falling down and scuffing your knee versus falling down a flight of stairs. You're going to be bouncing back quite quickly because of that. We want Atom to fall down and scuff its knee effectively and come down to 35 or 32 if possible. That would be awesome. Or if nothing else, just go straight sideways for another 24 to 48 hours and then leg up. One way or the other, we want some kind of consolidation because this is a fairly exaggerated pattern, if you will, right? It's a common pattern we see in trading that can lead to potential pullback. So just be mindful of that. I do think it's very, very likely to see $42 from Atom in the next week or two, right? We just got to be real with ourselves and just acknowledge the fact that it's been on the overextended side right now, and it's okay if it pulls back. So be mindful. I hope that works out well, and that kind of helps you understand what's going to happen next. That's how I would approach this, of course, with that anticipation. So if I didn't have a position already open, I would set an alert somewhere around $35. Maybe consider dollar cost averaging into my position from there, something like that. So again, hope you find benefit. You're not currently a member of my community, please consider joining. Thank you so much to my current members. I love and appreciate you all greatly, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.